Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Adil Nasir. My today's topic for my presentation is sensors, their applications, and their manufacturing. First of all, the sensor I chose for my presentation is a TCRT IR sensor 5000. The TCRT 5000 IR sensor module mainly includes different parts like TCRT 5000 IR sensor, power LED, reflective sensor, adjustment of sensitivity of the sensor and its range, and the output LED to show that if it is working properly or not. This sensor module is frequently used in different robots like object sorting and line following because this module detects the surface, whether this is black or white. Mainly, it differentiates between surfaces that are in high contrast with each other. In this module, the potentiometer is available to regulate the sensitivity. Once this module is activated through power, then the IR diode will emit the IR signal frequency. Once the emitting IR light has not been reflected, then the receiver diode will be in the off condition and the output pin will be on the module. Like it will show the low signal, which will be in binary, which will be translated at 0. Its main parameters are that it has maximum operating distance of 2.5 millimeter and collector current of 0.2 milliampere to 15 milliampere range. It has test current of 1 milliampere, a meter wavelength of 915 nanometers, operating voltage of 5 volts, forward current of diode is about 60 milliampere, collector current can uh, go up to 100 milliampere. Operating temperature is about negative 25 degrees centigrade to positive 84 degrees centigrade. Above it, it can be damaged or it cannot work properly. It has a detector type photodiode photodiode resistor. The next sensor in my list is ultrasonic sensor HCSR04. This ultrasonic ranging module HCSR04 includes ultrasonic transmitters, receivers, and control circuits. It has a crystal oscillator of 4 MHz, a transmitter for ultrasonic waves, and a receiver for ultrasonic waves. And it has a operating voltage of about 5 volts, a ground pin, a trigger input pin, and an echoing pin to control the signal. The basic working principle of HCSR04 is using I or trigger for at least 10 microsecond high level signal. The module automatically sends 40 kilohertz and detect whether there is a pulse signal back or not. If the signal is back through high level, time of high output IO duration is the time from sending ultrasonic to returning of the signal. Test distance is about high level time multiplied by velocity of sound, which is 340 meter per second square. It has following parameters. It has a working voltage of 50 volts DC, working current of 15 milliampere, a working frequency of 40 hertz. Its maximum range is about 4 centimeter and minimum range is 2 centimeter. Its miring angle is about 15 degree. Trigger input signal is about 10 microseconds TTL pulse. Echoing output signal is input TTL lever signal and the range in proportion. It has dimensions of 45 cross 20 cross 15 millimeters. The next sensor in my list is load cell sensors. A load cell sensor is basically a sensor that senses the force applied to it from outside agents. A load cell is a transducer which converts force into a measurable electrical output. Although there are many varieties of force sensors, strain gauge load sensor are the most commonly used sensors. Mostly strain gauge load sensor dominate the weighing industry because they are more precise and cheap in price. Pneumatic load cells are sometimes used where intrinsic safety and hygiene are desired because other hydraulic load cells are not so safe in intrinsic situations. Hydraulic load cells are considered in remote locations as they do not require a power supply. Strain gauge load cells offer accuracies from within 0.03% to 0.25% full scale and are suitable for almost all industrial applications in the market. A load cell works by converting mechanical force into digital values that the user can read and record. The inner working of a load cell differs based on the load cell that you choose. There are hydraulic load cells, pneumatic load cells, strain gauge load cells. Strain gauge load cells are the mostly commonly used sensor in the market and in the industry. PIR motion sensors are mostly used for detecting motion of any object that comes into their range. PIR sensor allows you to sense motion almost always used to detect whether a human being or any object has moved in or out of the sensor's range. They are small, inexpensive, low power, easy to use, and don't wear out very quickly. For that reason, they are commonly found in appliances and gadgets used in homes, businesses, industries. They are often referred to as PIR, passive infrared, or pyroelectric or IR motion sensors. PIRs are basically made of pyroelectric sensor, which can you can see below as a round metal can with a rectangular crystal in the center, which can detect levels of infrared radiation that are emitted from it and that are emitted from any of the object that comes into its range. Everything emits some type of low level radiations, and the hotter things like human beings, because they have body temperature, they emit more radiations, or any living object can emit more radiations than non-living objects. They are very inexpensive. They have a price of approximately about $10 each, and they are very durable. Output signal is about of 3 volts, and this is DC signal. Sensitivity range of PIR sensor is about 6 meters. Detection range has about a detection range of 70 degrees to 110 degrees, depending upon the models. Different models available in the market. Powers they require a power supply of 5 volt to 12 volt. Mostly low having low power sensors are used in market that are of 5 volts. Input voltage for more modules that have a 3.3 voltage regulator, but 5 voltage is ideal in case of regulator that has different specs. Mostly the sensors that are used in market and industry are of 5 voltage because they have enough power and they cannot lose their accuracy. The next sensor in my list is smoke detection sensor 2020p. The 2020p photoelectric smoke detector sensor uses a state-of-art optical chamber combined with an application-specific integrated circuit (ASIC) to provide quick and accurate detection of fires and any kind of smoke in specific area in specific room or building. The 2020p detector has an integrated light LED which illuminates to provide a local alarm signal. This latches on and remains illuminated until the detector is reset by on momentary power interruption. An optical remote LED an indicator may be used to repeat any alarm signal. A variety of detectors bases can be used with the 2020p detector providing application flexibility and compatibility with a wide range of fire alarm control panels. It can also be combined with a with an alarm system to trigger alarm whenever it detects some kind of weird smoke or fire in a room or in a building or in any sensitive area in any industry, in any home whatsoever. Um, it has a operating voltage range of about 14 to 28 voltage DC, which are mostly referred to as 24 volts DC. Mostly these are used in the market. It has maximum standby current of about 60 microampere at 24 volt DC and 250 capacitance and 250 coulombs charge. Maximum alarm current is about 70 milliampere and at 28 volt DC. Application temperature range of negative 30 degrees centigrade to positive 70 degrees centigrade, and above it can damage the sensor. and its accuracy. It has a height of about 32.5 millimeter and a diameter of 1.2 millimeter and weight of about 75 grams, which makes it very easy to use it in any kind of environment. The next sensor is a 3528 SMD LED sensor. The Alight sensor generates an output signal indicating the intensity of light by measuring the radiant energy that exists in a very narrow range of frequencies, basically called light, and which ranges in frequency from infrared to visible up to ultraviolet light spectrum. It has a temperature range of about -40 to 100 degrees centigrade, and operating temperature range from -30 to plus 85 degrees centigrade, and mounting surface temperature about 60 degrees centigrade, and LED junction temperature about 125 degrees centigrade. The electrostatic discharge classification JADEC JEST 22 A11 4F is class 1C, and reverse voltage of about -5 voltages. These are the specific sensors that are mostly used in the industry, in the different kind of home appliances, offices, buildings, for safety purposes, for the usage of many kind of instrumentations. And this is Adil Nasir signing off. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.